This week, we're doing things a little differently. Welcome to episode 6 of the After Action Report. As always, with every episode, my name is Shani Zadeh, and we're going to be doing things very differently this episode, considering that there was very little actually happening / announced last week, which is why the episode is coming out on a Monday, not a Friday. I have some really cool stuff lined up for today's episode, so don't stress. Also, throwback, Black Ops 3. Hey, I thought I'd have a little bit of old school in today's video. I don't know. We're gonna be chatting about the game. I do have a very cool segment prepared / planned for the scene and meta, and then I received so many clips over the past kind of week and a bit that this is probably going to be the most clip heavy video I've done to date. So sit back, enjoy, and let's chat about the game. Naturally, there's been some updates and some changes, and the only thing that I really want to chat about, obviously double XP comes to an end. If you're watching this, depending on when you're watching this, it's probably either just ended, about to end, or has ended a while ago. I don't know what exact time this is going to be going up. Activision and Treyarch, I have a bone to pick with you. Why on God's green earth did you remove the option to play duos and solos on PS4 for Blackout? I do not understand. I posted saying, well, in South Africa, since the most recent update, solos and duos have completely been removed as an option, and we only have quads as an option, where Xbox and PC players piped up and were like, well, we still have the option. Why? Why did you take away our solos and our duos? Like, I don't understand. It's not like we had empty lobbies. It's not like we had exceptionally long wait times. If anything, PC and Xbox had longer wait times than we do. So please explain. I have been in touch with Activision support. They said that they would get back to me. They haven't. I just don't understand why it's been removed. Like, if it was just for double tier, then hopefully they bring it back tomorrow. But if they don't, I really want to know why South African PlayStation users have been confined to only playing quads. And if you don't have all 4 of your squad mates on at one time, or 4 people that you can play with, you get paired with like bots, and then you're like, okay, you just ran over health. You haven't picked the health up. Okay, you have no bandages. You also just ran over armor. Is this your first time playing the game? Guys, can you tell I'm a little bit heated about this? Yeah, I'm a lot heated about this. Give me back my duos and my solos. Oh my god. But with that being said, I did have some killer quad gameplay this week, and it was really great. But I would like the option to play the other modes as well. I don't like being told I can't play the other things. Please and thank you, fix that. Other than that, I'm sad that we have to say goodbye to the quad feed. That is going to be my little bit of a rant for the week, but let's move on to the scene and the meta. So what I've done this week is, you'll notice that I've combined the scene and the meta. One, because there was very little to discuss this week. Something else that I'm going to be doing. I know that there were meta changes this week, and so I know there were a little bit of updates and things that are happening in the scene. There is obviously that LAN happening this weekend. But instead of me just chatting to you about it, I actually got to sit down with 3 members from CODZA this week, all from different respective teams. And we just had a little bit of a chat about stuff, and instead of me talking through things, I'm going to play you that interview, and I will see you guys when we chat about the plays.
For those who are listening who don't know the voices, I have Java from Bunko, Heroes from Energy, and Tilla from Royal.
How's it?
Those are the peoples. I actually haven't had a chat with anyone in CODZA about this. I wanted to know from a player and a team perspective, because we're waiting for the 5v5 announcement, and I know 5v5 is a thing of the past at the moment because we've gotten so used to it. But what were I don't want to call them challenges, but what were the biggest differences going into changing your mindset and maybe play styles in 5v5, incorporating a 5th into your lineup? Or was it just oh YOLO, there's 2 extra people on the map now?
Like, honestly, ever since like I started scrimming, the comms, communication is
I was gonna say the same.
so much
Yeah,
different
comms
now.
are crazy.
It's literally chaos. Like, if you're not talking and you're not actually thinking about what you're saying, like, you actually need to.
And you're not listening as well. Like, someone's calling you like something, and you hear it, but well, for me, I don't focus on it. I like
Definitely.
So you feel like, because obviously COD's had that reputation in the past of a lot of comms all the time, there's like no dead air. Do you feel that that's kind of taken a step back? It's going to be a little bit more strategic, not as quiet as like the CSGO vibes, but CODs can't be you can't be calling out to the same thing 3 times anymore type vibe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like in like past games, obviously with 4v4, like stress call out was like a problem. but then now it's like on a whole another level. Like it's a constant thing where you just have to like tell your teammates to calm down if it's like too much of the blabbering happening. But then there's that, and then what I was surprised was like people thought that adding another 2 players to the map was gonna make it like really hectic, and it was sort of in the beginning of the game when we were like scrimming without respawn delay and stuff. With the respawn delay, it's actually like it doesn't feel much different.
It feels good.
Yeah, it feels like decent. Like it doesn't feel like it's too chaotic. It doesn't feel like it's too slow. Like it feels like nice.
Yeah.
So it's not
It
like
feels like
really
a 4v4
big
game
difference.
with the respawn delay. For me.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I get like overwhelmed with enemies.
We all know that the current meta, depending on who you're speaking to, is the ICR, Maddox, Sorg, and then obviously Paladin being the kind of go-to sniper rifle from what I've seen.
Yeah.
With the most recent update, I know there was a discussion around burst guns potentially being kind of in the mix. How are your feels about that, in particular reference to the Swordfish? Because people were saying the Swordfish is doing really well now, but can it still rival something like the ICR?
I don't really think it makes that much of a difference, because if like any players are going to be using that, it won't generally be the faster playstyle players, so it'll maybe be like your anchors, the people that's just really sitting back. So I think they will still prefer to use the ICR, because in close range gunfights the ICR
you could still win those fights, yeah.
My teammate Carl Frost, he played with the Swordfish like in respawn, and he was doing really well. And like we play against another team, and then in respawns they were using like obviously the standard meta with the ICR and all that, but then in S&D obviously it's like S&D goes at like a slower pace. So they were using the Swordfish, I think it was Evo, and then Viper was using the Swordfish, and you were just sitting on a Heglitch and like holding a lane with the Swordfish and S&D, and literally it's like really good. Like I think I don't know how good it would be for S&D, I mean for HP or like respawn. I think it could also depend on the maps and like how the map plays out. But I think definitely like S&D, the Swordfish should be used more, or could be used more.
And then just any final words, thoughts, opinions going into this new season. Obviously there's been scrims happening, there's been a bunch of 10s happening, and then SA card battles and the like. But once, I feel like we'll probably get proper comp season starting off in Jan with leagues and whatever. Hopefully we don't have any announcements yet, but moving in there, what are your kind of feelings? What's you said now as well, holiday, everyone's going to be grinding.
Yeah, for me it's like, I don't know, I'm really excited for the season, but I'm also scared. Like we have obviously Metal State, okay, which was good, was a success, and obviously in the beginning there was like doubts, and then towards the end like that first was like really good, it was like fun. And if I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Shadi, but it's not gonna be the same amount of teams that play on stream, right? It's gonna get increased, because last time was just 4 teams. And if I'm not, I
can't say anything specific, but I do know that we'll have a longer time for the season.
There's that, okay, but then everyone's talking about it, and it's EGE, like, but the rate it's going now, I don't even know if we're gonna have an EGE, and that's like, we had how many tournaments last year? We had PGC, EGE, Metal State, and Afri Esports. We had 4. We had 4 tournaments. Now EGE, that's one that everyone looks forward to. That's 3. Or in Metal State is gonna probably have 3 seasons, which will be good. But that's the thing. Like I'm worried about less tournaments with all this new growth and new teams coming in, and then that just falls out.
We've had how many teams sign up or have sent you rosters, Shani? Like 30.
I've got like 30 teams. Yeah, I've got 30 teams.
If those teams could stay in the scene, like when I started competitive COD last year, the World War II season. When I started it, there were also a couple of teams, but by the time you get to a LAN, or like the first few 3-4 months, half of those new teams have left, you know?
Yeah.
And that's just disappointing to see. If your team's doing bad in a scrim, if you're losing a scrim, I see this happen too often, even when I started playing. I did the same thing. If my team did bad in a scrim, everyone would get mad at each other, and, you know, it would be the next day, okay, I'm a free agent, wow. It's like, just stick with your team for the first few months, see how it goes. It's like, if somebody had to be in our team chats and listen to when we have arguments about, you know, something on a map or whatever, people would think within the next 2 minutes we were gonna kill each other. We go at each other, you know, it's like no chill. But then afterwards we're like, okay, cool, You know, nothing was taken out of it. So teams need to don't get angry at each other. Like tell each other how you feel or whatever. Or this sounds like a relationship.
No, but it's
you
true.
You know what I mean? Just stay with the team. That's. I just want more teams to stay in the scene and then more to compete. So yeah.
No, just touch on that. It's like people want instant results. Like they don't understand that you have to put work in to get results. Like teams just want to join in and they want to be like the star player. Like a player will join a team and comes into comp. He wants to be the star player. Like he wants to be that guy that's like running on the map, making the flashy plays.
He doesn't want to do the dirty work.
He wants to get noticed. Like we need to have more team players because then that creates teamwork, and the teamwork beats talent. In my opinion, like if you have a well-structured team, it's gonna beat the other team that doesn't know how to play the map properly, doesn't know how to play the game properly, and just runs around trying to kill things.
Some very valid opinions from arguably some of the best players currently to look at going into this Black Ops 4 season.
Thank you so much again to Java, Heroes, and Tilla for taking time out of their busy lives of scrimming to have a chat with me. It was really, really great, and also gives me a little bit of insight to the scene from players themselves, from player perspective. Make sure you go follow them. Their links are going to be in the description below. But let's move on to the plays. Now, for the plays this week, I want to actually do something very different in that it's going to be very montagey. To submit, once again, you either need to use this hashtag on Twitter or the email in the description below. Without further ado, it's going to be the first montagey type clip thing in After Action Report, and I'll see you guys again in the outro.
That was pretty clean. I see it. Right below us, right below us. Let's go. I see them. On the roof, on the roof. Just knocked one. Other one's still up there. Yeah, on top of the hill. Oh, close. On top of the hill, I need to heal up. Down the one, he's gonna go for the res, I think. Squad on there. It's probably the green 10 exit. See what? Yes, behind the V3, Got him. Dude.
You can kill the guy on A. I'm pretty sure they won't. They'll probably go B with my luck.
Did my body just get shot?
Probably not. Might be top of
So
A.
One's gonna challenge with sound, no? Good shit, boy.
Right. On you, on it.
Let's go!
My god, dude. Who was that?
No. Roger.
Two, there's two. One top, one in the middle.
Let's go,
baby.
Stay.
Oh shit!
Oh my gosh, dude.
I'm gonna push it. Hostile attack deploy beacon active. We're losing the whole plan.
Oh my gosh, well done.
Really capping B, dude.
I'm coming B as well. Get in B.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh god. Did you see that shit? Oh god. Oh no.
He's on defuse, I'm gonna laugh.
Check it right now.
Okay, it's not on defuse. I was about to be like, yeah, this man's.
Oh, he's playing
You don't need a kill to clutch up, bro. You don't need a kill to clutch up.
Dude, if he was defeating, I would've laughed.
I'm just gonna let it be known that I clutched that round and I have 0 kills, okay? So if this happens to be a 007, just note, guys, you guys need to back me up on this one.
How quick was that, bro?
There will be no posts on Twitter.
Watch stairs.
Watch stairs. One more stairs, one more stairs, one more stairs.
Fuck.
One more stairs. Nice, man.
One by dead bad guy.
Kept going.
Very cool. Very cool.
Oh
Lock her.
jeez.
I'm gonna try to lock her.
Keep lockdown. Okay, shoot.
Go.
We got him. We got him, dude. We got him.
I see a loot crate. I literally wasted half my meds and lost my armor reviving Jordan, dude.
Gosh.
What was that? I collided him. What the hell was that? They lined up. I've never seen that before. On your right. He's in the other house as well. Yeah, good. That's them gone.
Sit rep. Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety.
Oh no.
Mission is full bar. It's all on you. Enemy details down to one. Finish this. Your last task. Complete the mission. One hostile remains.
Right, so that was After Action Report for this week. It was a bit of a different episode, but I also kind of want to keep changing it up. Kind of read the situation, and given that there was so little to chat about this week, I decided, you know what, let's get some of the scene involved, let's have a ton more plays involved, and I enjoy it from time to time. This is what's going to be happening, and yeah, that is going to be the episode for this week. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will see you all in episode 7. Cheers.